Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
LOKOZWORLD. Back at with another one, you feel me? Check this out. It's the LOKOZWORLD vibe, hella deep like red. Chalk it up and keep it pushing, that's the way I always moved. Wanted something better, showed out like I had to prove. No more looking down, head high, flyest in the room. Black cookies, hoodie, Raider fitted in them Jordan shoes. It's hard to buy my style, cause I'm one of a kind. Never fronted in my lyrics, just spoke what's on my mind. Always. It's motherfucking family shit right here, you feel me?
Pull up, talking down on the suckers, no, that is not us. Got a bag, yeah, in the field with them blue bucks. All white fit with them J's, there's no chucks. Yeah, I gotta get it all. Every time I hit the spot, best believe we gonna ball. Posted on the block, middle finger to the wall. Snap a little sucker's neck if he say what he saw. On that shit, this is the motherfucking beat. Always call my life hell if you saw the things I've seen. If you from the street, then you know what I mean. My block got a 30 stick and my 9 got a beam.
Woo! That boy was going.
Wasn't bad for something off the dome, huh?
He said, my 9 got a beam on it. I like that.
Man, bro, I love that song right there.
Hell
for
yeah.
Sure, for sure.
So welcome to Bolo TV. This is episode number 3. We got Lil Lok out of Fairfield, California.
Come on now. Hello.
Yes, sir.
LOKOZWORLD.
So what does LOKOZWORLD stand for, bro?
Man, LOKOZWORLD, man, it's a family, man. You know, we're all a family. It's what we started from, it was something we started from the ground up, man, for real, for real. It represents our struggle, the hustle, our family, everything we done been through, the poverty, the long nights without any money, food and shit like that, for all that, you know, not just me, but for everyone that rocks with us, you know, we a family. That's what it is.
I respect it, I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you get into making music?
Really, man, I mean, the music's been around me all my life, really. The music, I found my heart in it, man, when I was a kid. Pops was always around it. You know, he's an artist, you feel me? He was on a record label. Shout out Takeover Entertainment, you feel me? He was doing his thing. I just ended up following in the footsteps, you know. I found a passion in writing music and making beats. I ended up going to school for it for a little bit. And I just continued to run with it, man. I ended up finding my passion in the music. Very talented when it comes to it.
Hell yeah. So what was your first experience with the music?
Well, my very first experience, really, when I started like taking it serious, man, I wrote a song for my cousin and my pops. I did a whole hook for him. I writing a little verse to it too. You know, I did a song with them called "To Be Here Is a Blessing," and after that, it just kicked it off for me. I ended up doing my own solo song called "Facts." Shot a video to it and everything, and I got so much love on it. People were really feeling it. I decided to just keep going. And I didn't stop after that. I've been doing this non-stop, consistently 3 to 4 years straight.
Hell yeah, I've been seeing you,
Thank you, thank you.
So, like, who's your musical influences?
Musical influences, man, a lot, man. You know, like, I definitely want to say, like, the Jacka, he was definitely one of them for sure, man, because I grew up on a lot of his music, rest in peace. I grew up on a lot of his music for sure. Anything from that era, San Quinn, Jay Stylin'. Shit like that, you know, that was always like my favorites right there. Everything I love listening, because they was talking about all the shit that I was dealing with growing up, you feel me? So it was like, you know, everything they said really just touched my heart, you know. So I just continued to keep with that style, you feel me, but with like a newer wave to it, kind of, you know, without sounding too like old schoolish, you know how that gets, you feel me? People think you sound too old and all that, you know, because you had the older influences and all that, you know, but that's just what I like growing up, you feel me? Those are the people that really like set it off for me.
Yeah, for sure. I felt that. They got a lot of knowledge and you feel me? They actually spitting that shit.
Right, that game.
Yeah, some game. So, do you got any like pre-show or pre-recording rituals that you do?
Really, man, always say a prayer before we leave the house. That's mandatory. Before we hit the lab, always say a prayer. Make sure we fire up a couple blunts, you know, chop up some game, have some real spill before we even touch the mic, you know, so that we get in that mood, you feel me? Depending on the hype that we're on, you feel me? If we getting turned up, we gonna be in there turned up, you feel me? But if we about to be on some deep shit, we gonna be chopping it up about some war stories or something before we get up on that mic.
Yeah, for real. So what song is the most difficult for you to write? Or what was the most song?
What was the most difficult song for me to write?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would probably have to say, oh man, that's a tough one. I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, I mean, I done wrote so many songs now. It's kind of hard to forget. I mean, hard to remember.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I'll say this much. Like, when I start having moments like that, when I'm like having a hard time write a song, you know, especially like if I'm in the lab, I'll just start spitting something off the dome. You feel me? Like, really, honestly, like if I feel like there's something that I'm having a hard time with, you know, I'll just go up to the mic and spit a couple bars. You feel me? And then just start running with that. You feel me? Punch in after that. You know. But you know what? No, I take that back. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Facts. My first song. I'm not gonna lie. That song took me like a week for me to write. Now that I think about it, because it was 32 bars. That song, you know, it was like 32 bars all in, no hook or anything, you know, because I really didn't know how to write bars like that in the beginning, you know, or how to like write a hook out and everything, you know. It was all just kind of new to me. I was just talking my shit, you know, but I wanted to make sure that it sounded good before I just hopped on the mic with it, you know. So I think I spent like a good week, almost 2 weeks on that song probably, you know. Now it's like I can knock a verse out in like 30 to an hour, you know.
Yeah, it's getting easier.
Yeah, definitely. Like now I get more experience and stuff like that. So now it's like it's way more easier for me.
Yeah, they say practice don't make perfect, it just make, what they say? Practice make, I forgot, damn it. Oh, yeah.
Practice makes perfect. Yeah, I feel
something
you.
like that. No, dude said, I forgot what he said. He said, no, practice don't make perfect. He just said practice makes something. I forgot what it was, but it made
something like that.
But practice makes progress.
Oh yeah,
that's
yeah.
What
fact.
it was.
That's a
Boom.
fact. That's a fact.
Practice
That's a fact.
makes progress.
There
It
you
don't
go.
make perfection. It makes progress.
Most definitely. I'm a firm believer in that for sure. Because I've listened to my music from back then, and I'm like, honestly, sometimes I question myself and I'll be like, damn, who the fuck let me release this shit? You feel me? Like, damn, bro, like that shit is not even cool. Like, man, like listen to my new shit. You feel me? Like, man, I done gotten way better over time.
Yeah. So what's the most difficult thing about being an artist?
Most difficult thing about being an artist, for me, man, I'm just gonna speak on my own experiences. Like, it's the people that you keep around you, you know, like the loyalty and stuff like that. Because you feel like that once you like start with people, you're not always with those people that you start with, you know. So it's gonna be hard when you have to let go of somebody that you've been rocking with for so long, you know, because like you feel like you would never have to cut this person off or have to not have any more work with them, you know. Like, so you're gonna see a lot of people come and go, man. You know, you're gonna see like a lot of fake people around you and shit. There's a lot of snakes in this field. And that's any artist out there can agree with me on that one. There's a lot of snakes in this field when it comes to the music game. So you just gotta watch your back too, you know, just be careful who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, you know, pretty much you fucking with the streets pretty much. Anybody in the rap game is a street.
Yeah, man, right.
Individual, so you dealing with people with a street mindset, so you really gotta be on your toes.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it will get you.
There's some shady cats in the game. You feel me? Like, you know, and I ain't even been in it that long to even like really say that I've really dealt with some of the shadiest individuals in the game. You know, but it's like I didn't see like, man, I done been around people and then I don't talk to them for forever now. It seems like, you know, like. Mm-hmm. You're gonna see people come and go, so get used to it, you know. Just be careful of the circle that you keep around you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Just know when I'm in the streets, I'm always going hard. Only speak that real shit that comes from the heart. Never needed to front when it come to these bars. Mobbing so damn fast, you would think we in NASCAR. Just know when I'm in the streets, I'm always going hard. I only speak that real shit that comes from the heart. Never needed to front when it come to these bars. Mobbing so damn fast, you would think we in NASCAR. Putting pressure on this hustler, he gon' turn into a hitter. That's the man, circle homies, yeah. Shout out to the
Okay, so who would you most like to collab with?
Man, out of everybody out there right now that I want to really collab with, honestly, I want to say Filthy Rich. I want to do a song Filthy Rich.
Why Filthy?
Say Filthy because like there's a lot of motivation behind his music, you know. Like I didn't seen, you know, I haven't been there to actually see his career, but I done watched his music grow from what it was then to what it is now, you know. And to me, he's like one of the biggest artists out of Oakland, if you ask me, you know. I really fuck with his music, and there's a lot of motivation behind it, you know. There's a message behind it, you know, and I really be feeling it a lot, you know. So I want to have a verse from him. Jay Stylin, he's another one for sure that I would want to work with. Zay Bang out of the city, I want to work with him. Lil Bean. Those are some of the few that I like. I like the game they be spitting, you know. Like, I really can relate to everything they talk about. So I definitely want to work with them, you know. I feel like we would all be on a track and collab well for sure.
For sure. So if you could play at any venue in the world, what would it be?
Any venue?
Yep.
Man, I've never really had to perform like that, you know. So honestly, for me, anywhere, man. Like, you know, if there's anyone out there that got any shows cracking, any venues out there they want me to pull up at, let me know, because I'll be there. You know, I've only performed so many times in my life, and I'm willing to do it again. Put my name out there for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I felt that. You gotta get there.
Anywhere.
So, I see you got a couple videos shot. Which one is your favorite video that you shot?
Man, my favorite one so far right now would have to be my newest one I just shot, Pain Is My Power. That's like my latest work that I've done, one of the hardest tracks that I think I've got on the way right now. Make sure you check that out, dropping February 13th. That's going to be a hard one right there. Feezy really did his thing on that one. Shout out Feezy Films, my cameraman. He went crazy with that thing for sure, for sure. Be on the lookout for that.
For sure. So what is your project that you're working on now?
Right now I'm working on a few actually, you know, but I got a EP that I think I'm gonna drop next, you know, a little spoiler alert. I'm gonna drop this Pain music EP, which is gonna be like, I wanna say like maybe 5-6 tracks at the most. There's gonna be some real deep songs, you know, because I took a break from music for a minute, you know. Like, anyone that really rocks on music would probably see that, you know. Like, I didn't really drop anything for a brief minute, and I'm ready to jump back in it. I got this video on the way. I got some singles on the way as well. Be on the lookout for those. The EP is going to be dropping sometime middle of this year, most likely, if not sooner. I got a album that I'm working on for my Saints and Sinners. Probably going to be a double album, most likely. So I got a lot of things on the way, for sure. Don't sleep on me.
Man, it sounds like you got some shit up your sleeve, Lok.
Most definitely, man. They ain't knowing. They're not knowing, man. Shit. They gonna find out. I'm gonna wake their game up for sure.
So where do you see yourself musically in 5 years?
Musically in 5 years, I see myself doing it big. I see myself out there really rocking some shows, really collabing with a lot of artists. I got a good feeling about it. I feel like it's really gonna go places with everything that I got. Like you said, I got something up my sleeve. So in the next 5 years, I won't be one of those ones that I won't be relevant to y'all. Y'all ain't gonna be sleeping on me no more. I promise you that.
Yeah, you gotta speak it to existence, bro.
Amen.
For sure. So what advice do you have for upcoming artists?
For any upcoming artists out there, I would say stick to your craft. Keep bettering yourself every day. Keep practicing it every day. You invest all your money into it. If you really want to do this, learn about the music business first before anything. You got to invest in yourself first. Read, watch videos, all that. Watch everything from the algorithm to the contracts. Read these books. I recommend watching Adam Ivy videos. Shout out Adam Ivy. I watch a lot of his videos. He give me a lot of gaming shit. It's free game on YouTube. All you got to do is just look up his name. The ins and out of the music business. I forget the name of this book, but I just copped it too because I just started reading into it. It's like something about how to survive in the music business or something like that. It's like a 10th edition book. They update it every year because, you know, if you know, music game changes all the time. Mm-hmm. There's always something different about it, you know what I mean? Like with this pandemic that just passed too, you know, like it changed. So any young artists out there, I just say invest in yourself and learn about the music business before you start getting too deep into it. Practice yourself. Teach yourself all the game first. Practice your bars every day. Spit your verses every day. Even if you got to record yourself in the meantime until you stack up that dough to get into the real lab, just keep practicing on it every day.
Mm-hmm. That's the game.
Thank you.
So what was the worst piece of advice somebody gave you as an artist?
The worst piece of advice? Man. It's hard to say, you know, I mean, like...
I know somebody done steered you down the wrong
Yeah, I would say, a while back, someone was talking to me about, faking it till you make it. And I was like, really, I ain't even like that. It's like, I get it. It's like there's things you got to do sometimes, to like make things pop a little bit more, which I totally understand. You exaggerate things a little bit in the videos and stuff like that, sometimes. But faking it till you make it stuff, it's not it. Just keep it real, man. Keeping it real, that's what's gotten me where I've gotten today. I feel like I got a good group of supporters. Everyone really feels me, and that's really what matters to me, is that people are feeling it. It's like, why am I gonna sit there and fake a lifestyle and shit when I got a real true story to tell? So that faking it till you make it and shit ain't it.
So what was there ever a time that you thought about quitting music?
Yeah, recently. if I'm gonna keep it 1,000, bro, shit, it runs through my head all the time, man. Like, it's just something that comes with it, like, it's just like life. It has its ups and downs, and I've dealt with so much in my life, so much disloyalty, a lot of pain. It's like you get affected by that shit, and it follows you for a lifetime, So when it gets to the music business, you got to be strong, because you're going to have a lot of people doubting you, a lot of people hating on you. You just got to ride it out. You got to keep pushing. If you really want to make it, you got to keep pushing through all that bullshit.
Okay. So, excuse me. So how do you deal with the politics in the industry?
Politics? I'm sorry?
Yeah, how do you deal with the politics in the industry?
As far as like business side, or are you talking about like street shit?
Like street politics.
I stay out the way.
Hell yeah.
I stay out the way, man.
And
Like,
does any of that ever affect your career?
hasn't really affected my career, I feel like, I mean, it's something that happens, especially if you've been in the streets, it's something that comes with the territory for sure, especially in the rap game, because this rap game is the streets, like that's what it is, So yeah, it definitely comes with it, but I just learned to avoid it and stay out the way, all my life, I never really got involved in the politics. I've always been a hustler all my life. I'm keeping it 1,000, especially growing up, where I'm from, you see it a lot. You deal with a lot over there, a lot of poverty, a lot of negative shit. So it just comes with the territory. But I've learned to stay away from most of the politics for sure. I don't even trip on that shit, man. I fuck with everybody, If you fuck with me, then I fuck with you. I don't care where you from. On some real shit. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, That shit don't concern me whatsoever. I'm all about family.
Okay, so where you live, does that affect your career?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like people knowing that I grew up on Grande Circle, growing up in Fairfield, people look down upon shit like that, because Fairfield is, already kind of has a bad name as it is. People try to look down on us and shit like we some squares or something like that here, but shit, pull up, ask around, and get the facts, Shit. Ain't no squares out here around this way, you feel me? So, man, let people run their mouths. Let people talk their shit, Yeah, it definitely affected my career, though, in a way. People say, oh, he's a Fairfield artist. Like, try to look the other way, you feel me? Like, but it is what it is. The real one's gonna feel it.
Yeah, for sure. So, you have any regrets doing music?
I say I wouldn't collab with a lot of people, honestly. I would just keep it more to myself. That's probably the best thing I probably should have done, honestly, was just working to myself. Just collabing with too many people, it can cause tension, unfortunately. So that's one thing I probably do regret, just keeping it to myself, I mean, it is what it is now, I don't really have too many regrets, but if there was one thing that I could do, I would just keep it to myself. Just work to myself. That's the whole reason I started, really, it's just telling my story. You know, I want people to feel me, you know. I don't really care about what anyone else got to say or anyone else want to, want to do. I just want to do what I want to do, you know. So I don't want to let that affect anything in the future now, you know. But, you know, I'm always willing to work with other artists and stuff like that, but it'd have to be someone I really am feeling. Because I have trust issues.
Yeah.
I got trust issues when it comes to that shit, man. Honestly, don't get your feelings involved in the music at all. It's a business first.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, what do you feel is the biggest highlight of your music career to now?
Right now, personally to me, biggest thing I've done so far, I made a song with one of my favorite artists, my boy Velion. Shout out Velion, Livewire Records. I made a song with him. That was like a big deal to me because he was someone I grew up listening to. You know what I mean? Him and my pops got history to back in the day too, for sure. But that was just a dope feeling right there to work with somebody that I never would thought I'd be making music with, you know, 10 years later, damn near, slapping their music, you feel me? You know, so that was like a big deal to me. Plus it was such a dope song. If you haven't checked it out, Better Day Tomorrow, it's on my album, Minute to Win. Classic song, real deep song, some real pain music. Make sure you check that out for sure.
For sure. So, what's your biggest dream out this rap shit?
Biggest dream out this rap shit? Man, that takes care of me and my family. That'd be something right there, for sure. 'Cause I don't even really care about the fame at all, like being known and shit like that, you know what I mean? If it comes, it comes, you know what I mean? That's a bonus, I guess, even though I never really been the type for attention on some real shit. But if it's able to provide for me and my family someday in the future, then that's even a bigger blessing. That, man, then I made it happen. I made it happen for sure. I made a goal. I made it accomplished. And that'd be fucking dope for sure. When you start really making money off of this shit. Something that you love doing, something you're passionate about, something that's been a source of relief, a source of, like, you know, to relieve your pain and vent when you feel like you ain't got no one to talk to and shit. You know, it's a way to open up a lot, for me at least.
Hell yeah.
So
and
if I can
change other people's life with that shit too. You know,
right. You know, if I can change me and my family's life, you know, it's like I feel like I already have too. You know what I mean? People hit me up all the time and be like, man, you don't even know how much this song means to me right here, for real. You know what I mean? I don't brag on it too much, you know, but it's the truth, you feel me? Like, people let me know, like, man, you be spitting some real shit, you know, and to know that my story and my pain and what I'm spitting on this mic right here is making someone else's day better right there, that can't be no more of a better feeling than that right there, man.
Hell yeah.
That's so dope right there. Most definitely.
So, what do you do in your free time outside of music?
Get money. Man, just
like,
chase,
you got no hobbies and nothing,
chase the
like,
bag, man. Honestly, no, man, not really. You know, I mean, music, like, has been a big part of my life, you know. Like, if I'm not trying to get a bag, man, then I'm in the lab or I'm at the house writing bars. I don't be doing much, man. I stay out the way, man. There ain't too much out there, you know, to be offered out there. I'm trying to stay alive, you know, and I feel like music and going after the money is what's been keeping me alive.
Mm-hmm. Gotta stay in that rat race.
Most definitely, for sure. I always preach that too. This shit is a race. You gotta stay in first place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fact.
So, like, how would you describe your style of music?
The way that I've been describing it lately, I've been calling it, like, this is just me, you know, like how I feel like it is. I call it pain music. You know, and that's a term that I've been heard over time from so many people, you know. Like, I've heard songs called that. I've heard artists reference it before, you know, but I never really understood the true meaning of it until I started really preaching my pain and telling my story on the mic, you know. That's when I really started getting the true meaning of that. It's like, so I just been calling it like pain music, you know. Everyone else has different terms for it, of course, you know. But that's how I feel about it. You know, it's something that people can relate to, you know, and I feel like that's the best way to sum it up and describe it.
Mm-hmm. So like, was there I was listening to that song "Sab It Out." Was there anything particular when you wrote that song?
Man, Sab It
That's what's
Out.
up.
Man, that was a big deal, man, on that song, actually, now that you mention it, too, because that was when I first started fucking with my boy Bago Beats. Shout out Bago Beats. Fucking Mark Kush. Shout out Mark Kush. They collabed on that right there. And they sent that to me, you feel me? And once I heard that beat, I was like, oh, yeah, this is the one right here, you feel me? Like, I had big plans for that song, for sure, you know? So I ended up writing some shit that I was feeling that day. I was on the road because I stay on a paper route, you feel me? Like, I was really on a paper route during that time of my life. I was doing anything I had to do to go and get the money, you know, if it was hustling, you know, scams, whatever it may be, you feel me? Like, just had to go out and get it, do whatever I had to do, you know? Hard times and shit.
Niggas had to get it.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, you feel me?
Desperate measures. So what's the most dangerous thing you've done?
Probably rather not speak on that.
Yeah. We try to Vlad TV him. But no, I'm saying, so like, what's the most dangerous thing that you've encountered doing like this rap shit? Like, have you ever encountered anything crazy like doing music videos or like seeing anything crazy, being in somebody else's music video? Like, what's the most dangerous shit that you've been around, if you have been around any dangerous shit?
Yeah, shit. I mean, I won't get into too much detail about it, you know, but one crazy thing for sure, was at a video shoot. It wasn't mine. It wasn't one of my shoots. It was out of town, you feel me? It wasn't in my area, you know, but this was a loved one of mine. Right there to support, of course, you know. And we was out there and shit. Some cats was out there and shit. I don't know who they was. I don't know what they look. I don't know what they was about, you feel me? But they decided to take their anger out on us that day, you feel me? And next thing you know, I remember fucking shots being fired. Motherfuckers was running all over the place and shit, you feel me? And that ain't the first time I done been in some shit like that, you feel me? You know, like, I done been through shit like that before, you know, a couple times. But during the music shit, that was probably one of the crazier things I had dealt with for sure, so far. Was dealing with that, getting blasted at for sure, taking cover and shit, you feel me, you know? Make sure all your loved ones were straight. Thank God everyone was straight, everyone was cool, you know? And we just, you know, went home, waited till the next couple days and shit, got back to it, you feel me? You know, it didn't stop, you know? Everyone lived, we all here, we made it to see another day. God is good, you know? And we all still doing our shit, you feel me? Shout out to the loved ones. Y'all know what it is.
Hell yeah, so we got about 2 more questions and we're gonna wrap it up. So which song from your current album is your personal favorite and why?
For my most recent, like my last album that I dropped?
Yeah.
EP or like the or my album too? Right? I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
excuse
like
me.
anything you just your most current album that you just dropped. What's your most favorite track on that one?
My EP, I dropped the LOKOZWORLD EP. That was my most recent project that I dropped. So for that one, man, for that one I would have to say Product of the Game. It's a song with me and my pops on there. Cause that song right there, I was going through a lot when I wrote that song. And I was talking some real shit on there, you know. Lost a lot of loved ones, you know. Not just because of violence and death and shit, but you know, a lot of people was turning their backs on me and shit, you know. A lot of people that was close. So I just needed to let that pain out some way, somehow, and I did it the best way by writing that song, you know. It's hard, like, you know, when you got people that you would open up to and talk to every other day on a regular basis and shit, you know, now they can't even fuck with you and shit, you know. I mean, it's the way of the world. Shit happens, you feel me, you know, but it's a different type of pain, you feel me? Like, you know, especially when that person's out of your life, you feel me? You start having trust issues and shit. That shit'll scar you, you feel me? Like, shit'll fuck up relationships, friendships, everything, you know? On some real shit, man. So, Product of the Game, yeah, my bad.
Product of the Game. Yeah.
That's the track, yeah, check that out. That's some real spill right there, me and Pops. Shout out my Pops, Lil Lok.
Okay. So you got any shout outs before we wrap this thing up?
Man, shout out the real ones, man. Shout out all my supporters. Shout out all the family, man. Shout out Foot Films, King Bolo. Man, for having me here. This is a beautiful thing right here. A great moment right here. I appreciate you having me and shit. Shout out the team. Shout out the family, man. Everyone that rock with me and shit. All the day ones. You know who you is. You know, I appreciate that. It's all love. Loko's World.
100.
Yeah.
We out. Thank you for watching Bolo TV. Make sure you like and subscribe down below to support the channel.